Hey guys, it's Miss Pittman. So today's assignment, you are looking at some specific quotes from Macbeth, scene 6 and 7. The first example I actually did for you, and I'm going to talk you through it. I think this is actually from scene 5. It's the scene that I read aloud to you when I was dressed up um, like Lady Macbeth. So I will kind of break it down for you and just use this example as a model for how you're going to break down the other quotes. Now, my biggest suggestion is that you have your book open and sitting in front of you so that you can look at the pages where these quotes are located. On your final essays, you're going to use the Shakespearean version of the text for your analysis. So I want you to get used to reading it and looking at it, but also using the translation to help yourself kind of pick through it and analyze it. So this is Lady Macbeth, lines 45 through 48, page 32, and the translation's on page 33, that very next page. Now, all you're doing is taking the lines from the Shakespearean version on the left side and putting them into your own words. Use the translation as a guide, but don't copy the translation word for word. Try to go through it and put it into words that make sense to you. That part should be pretty easy. The colors will match the lines, so that will kind of help you. Now, what's really practice for our essays is thinking about motifs. So your final essay, you'll have to write about how the author uses motifs to build his message. The next two quotes are focusing on the motifs of blood and ambition. So for this one, we see blood coming up. So you have to think about, what is the message that the author's trying to tell me about blood? So in this case, the motif of blood is described as make thick my blood. So you have to think about your prior knowledge about, well, what does it mean to be thick, to be solid or strong, right? It's usually hard to break. She, Lady Macbeth, wants to be strong and unbreakable. Her blood, the blood of a female, is not thick or strong enough to commit this act. So again, we have this implication that men are stronger and also more ruthless than women. So at the bottom, you're going to think about why this quote is important. Maybe it's important because Lady Macbeth is asking for the strength to push her husband to kill King Duncan. We see her as really, really ambitious, maybe even more so than her husband. And we also see this cruelty in her and this desire to be even more ruthless. So that's the process. First, you go through and translate the lines in your own words, use the translations from your book. And second, think about the motif that is highlighted in yellow. Make an inference about it, which will be practice for your essay. And lastly, just think about, why is this particular quote significant or important? I did this first one for you. You are going to do Macbeth's quote from page 40 and another quote from Macbeth on page 42. Both of these quotes deal with the motif of ambition. And then at the end, you're just thinking about Lady Macbeth. What does she accuse him of being or say about him after he says that he doesn't want to go through with this plan? Her words change his mind. And so what does this tell us about him as a person? And that's really important. Make sure you're doing all 3 steps: paraphrasing, thinking about the motifs, and then at this last part, don't forget to fill this part out. Why do you think this quote is significant? And again, your last 2 quotes are focused on the motif of ambition. And last thing before I let you get to work, remember, motifs are little pieces of themes. So the author's trying to tell us something about ambition, and he's using the motifs to get us through that. Oh, my daughter needs help now. You can probably hear her and Peppa Pig in the background. So I'll let you guys get to work. Miss you all. Talk to you soon. Bye.